Okay, on Monday this week, I set a goal of working on my micro pullback setups. And today I got 6 of them. So let's see how I did. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so the goal this week that I set on Monday, and I wrote about it on my Monday Substack post, was to work on my micro pullback setups. And the reason was that I noticed I was trading it a lot, but I was having mixed results. One of my viewers last week on my live stream suggested adding the 10-second chart to my layout, which I did. And I decided that I was going to use the 10-second chart to identify the place to enter on the micro pullback on an intra candle setup. Okay, so let me give you a little bit more. Oh, and let me give you a little bit of market context before we really get into it. Today was looking up. Okay, we had futures were up. Things had really recovered yesterday at the end of the trading day, which I did not trade yesterday at the end of the day. However, today a lot of things were looking up. The producer price index dropped, which measures wholesale inflation. It was a little lower than expected, but it was still up. Everything was looking good today. So I was feeling pretty optimistic. And yeah, looking at all my indicators, Bitcoin was up, the S&P was up. Yeah, everything was looking good. Okay, so before I walk you through the trades, I want to talk to you a little bit about the micro pullback setup. I actually did a video on this. It will be posted on my website coming up. I have educational content that I'm creating about setups, indicators, and stock selection criteria, and other various topics related to momentum day trading. And in the setup, I sort of talk about, in the video, I talk about the micro pullback and how it's a shorter pullback than a bull flag. Okay, a bull flag might pull back 3 to 5 candles, whereas a micro pullback might pull back 1 or 2 candles, or maybe it might happen within the 1-minute candle. Okay, and that was where I was taking these trades. So one of my viewers recommended the 10-second chart, which I added to my layout. And so my goal this week was to see if I could use the 10-second chart to improve my entries on the micro pullback within a 1-minute candle. Okay, so yesterday there were no micro pullbacks. If you watched my live stream yesterday or you watched my recap yesterday, you will know that yesterday was a bummer. It was 3 red trades, so 3 strikes and I was out. However, today I was feeling optimistic. Take it trade by trade, right? So let's walk through my trades. Okay. And if you want to see any of these trades, I've timestamped them on my live stream, so you can take a look there. Okay. So this is my TraderView app. I use TraderView to analyze all my trades. You don't have to pay for an application to do this. However, I have been using TraderView since last year and I really like it. I just upgraded to the gold package. If you are interested, I'm an affiliate, so you can click the link in the description. But like I said, you can just track your trades in Google spreadsheets if you have to. Just track them. Okay, you don't have to pay for it, but you definitely should be tracking your trades. All right, so the first trade was on a stock BTBD, and it was a bull flag pullback. So in TraderView, you can click on the trade. You can see here I risked 10 cents a share, micro bull flag pullback. All right, I was trading 500 shares, and let's look at the trade. This was pretty clean. Okay, I saw the bull flag pull back, and I got in right about here, and I got out. Simple. Really not that exciting, to be honest. Nice, pretty clean, happy about it. I was above 9 EMA, I was above the 20 EMA, I was above the VWAP, and MACD was green. That was good. It was solid. I got out at $41.95. So my net return was 0.83 times what I risked. Ideally, I'm looking for 10 cents a share. If I risk 10 cents, I'm looking to make 10 or 20 cents a share. But I'm just looking to get green right now. Okay, I am just looking to get green right now. So now, that was my first trade. Then my attention shifted to ROLR, which I did trade back in January a number of times. So when the ticker popped up, I said, oh, wait a minute. I recognize this. So let's see here. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to see if I can do a 10-second chart in TraderView, because I know that you can do various charts. I can't do 10-second charts on Thinkorswim. So what I had to do was I pay for Warrior Trading's scanners. They're very good, and it includes a charting feature. So I had to take the 10-second chart from Warrior Trading and overlay it onto my layout. I know there's a way on Thinkorswim to set up a chart by ticks, which kind of simulates that, and I probably should figure that out as well. And in TraderView, if I go to my settings and I go to chart settings, it gives you this option for creating interactive charts. So I'm kind of curious. Let's see. It does not give me an option for a 10-second chart. That's kind of a bummer because I would like to see that. But in any case, let's go back to my trades. Okay, so my first trade, I took 7 trades on ROLR. Now my accuracy was only 50% today. My accuracy has been really bad lately. My accuracy for the year is over 70, like a little over 70%. But my accuracy has been pretty poor lately. And I don't know. I think it might be because I am taking less trades. I'm being pickier. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to, once I collect more data, we'll see. Maybe it's because the market's bad. I'm not really sure. Okay. So my first trade on OLR, this is the thing here. I took 7 trades on ROLR. One of them was a bull flag pullback. Okay. The rest of them were micro pullbacks. So the first one, let's take a look at that one. Okay, we'll have to look at the 1-minute chart on this. So I think all of my trades on ROLR were executed in a 15-minute window. So I'm pretty sure that they're all in this area here. Now, if I had been really brave, especially here, I think one of my viewers on my live stream got a 40-cent trade here. If I had been really brave, I just could have held the whole way. I think I was just getting really nervous. But in any case, this first micro pullback, it pulled back for 1 candle. Now, 1 candle is not a bull flag pullback. That's a micro pullback. And I was looking for the breakout over, it pulled back here. Even though this candle's green, the volume dipped a little bit, and see that it was candle under candle. I was looking for a breakout over this and a drive higher. That's what I was hoping for, because once I looked at the daily chart, and I will show you on Thinkorswim, once I looked at the daily chart and I saw that, let me take this off. I don't want to confuse everybody. Once I saw that the it was above the 200 simple moving average, I realized, okay, it had broken that level of resistance. And when I looked back previously on the daily chart, I saw that there were windows going back to $9, $11. See, I traded it back in January. And you can see at one point it even went up to $30, $36. So I thought this stock might go up for the day. All right, so let's look at the actual trades And so here I was looking for a break over this candle. I bought, it rejected. Okay, so I clicked sell bid at my stop. That was my goal 2 weeks ago. Not to hold on to things, not to pray, not to do some juju over my stocks and hope that they're going to come back to just sell at my stop no matter what. So I did, I got out, it was a red trade. The next trade, whoops. The next trade, you can see here, again, I was looking for a break over this level here. It pulled back a little bit and I got in and it dipped down. And the thing is, it dipped down below. Let's go to the trade on here. This one I actually couldn't get out right at 10 cents a share. On this one, you know, I got in a little too high, maybe slippage, I'm not sure. And then when it dipped down past my stop, I sold. I just sold. I am no longer hoping and praying. My stop was 10 cents a share. I ended up giving back 12 cents a share, 12 and a half cents a share, but that's what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so at this point, now I'm in the red for the day. Real bummer because I was red yesterday, but ROLR kept going. So here, this is where I got 3 trades right in here. Okay, this leg up. And this is where I was really watching the last 2 trades and these next 3 trades. I was really watching the 10-second chart. Now, my goal this week is to use the 10-second chart to get better at the micro pullback. And I will be honest, I had a very difficult time doing that. And I think that is the reason why I had mixed results. So if you look at my trades, my tag breakdown, you can see that I had 6 micro pullback trades. I did come out green on my micro pullbacks. And I think that's because I was using the 10-second chart, but I think I would have had a better result had I been able to use it more effectively. Now, did I do something wrong? No, I think it's just that I need more practice. Okay, so this is my ongoing goal for the week, and I will continue to work on using the 10-second chart to confirm my micro pullbacks. However, this is what came up when I was thinking about it, especially with the last 2 trades. Well, this one was a bull flag pullback. So let me go to the last micro pullback, which was the last trade I took. And on my last 2 trades, I just want to point out, on my last 2 trades, I reduced my share size. So here, the first 6 trades, I was trading with 500 shares per trade, but I reduced my share size for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to reduce my risk because I was green on the day at that point. And 2, because I was running out of settled funds. I trade in a cash account. So this last one I think is interesting because this is a leg up that I think I could have made a lot of money on this, okay? But it hit my stop. And because it hit my stop, I had to get out. I was only trading with 10 cents a share. So when I saw it hit negative $10, I was like out like a shot. But I do think this one's really interesting. I think this one I would have maybe not taken the trade. I'm trying to remember the 10-second chart on that one. Let me see. Do I have the 10-second chart up? No, I don't. Okay, so my goal, my overarching problem was trying to improve my results on my micro pullbacks by using the 10-second chart. And I did find it very challenging. Okay, and so going forward, I'm going to continue to practice that all week. I will be reporting on my midweek progress on Wednesday. And the other thing I'm thinking is what I originally was thinking for my goal was trade on the 1-minute chart and use the 10-second chart for confirmation. But my question to you as my viewer, and I would love to hear your answer in the comments, is should I be actually trading micro pullbacks on the 10-second chart? Okay, should I actually be trading them right on the 10-second chart? What do you think? Please let me know in the comments what you think. I'm looking for feedback because here you'll see I had 1, 2, 3 red trades and 3 green trades on the micro pullbacks. And I would like to improve those numbers. I'd like to improve the accuracy on that. All right, so that's the lesson for today. And I had a green day, super excited, but I still have a lot of improvement to make on my micro pullbacks. And I will be trading live tomorrow, 7 to 10 a.m. And I will see you then. Trade smart.